Alright, how's it going everyone? My name is Theron, and welcome back to another Fire Emblem Heroes summoning session. Today we have the new Ymir and More banner, which we are finally back to Shadows of Valentia for new heroes, but admittedly I'm a little underwhelmed for this banner, specifically for one unit, and it's actually our ascended hero for the banner, Celica. Now, don't get me wrong, she's still a good character, and her getting an ascended alt kinda makes sense. Plus, she has a really good kit. She's got Miller's Testament, which has the very common slaying effect for all ascended heroes. See that in all of them. It also let me try that one again. It also gives her a +6 to her attack and speed, a breath effect, and boosts her damage by 10% of foe's attack if she either initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of her allies. And also has a built-in miracle, but only if her HP is 25% or greater. So not a bad weapon. Not by a long shot. It's actually pretty solid. She also has a new C skill, Infantry Null Follow 3, which is just granting null follow up to infantry allies within 2 spaces at start of turn. That's actually really helpful. It's kind of like a... Actually, no, it's exactly like a legendary male byless weapon, but there's no speed check. It just grants null follow up to those allies. Pretty good. But, and this is where I think a lot of people will agree with me on this, why Celica as the Ascended Hero? So how you doing, Comwe? Because when I saw this, at first I thought it was fake. There's a lot of people who are doing that. But no, it's real, and I'm a little confused by that because for the longest time, I, like so many other people, thought, oh, well, Ascended Heroes are like legendary heroes, but they weren't the main cast. So that would exclude Celica, Alm, and all the other main lords from the games. And now we have Celica. So now it just turns out it's anybody who they want, apparently. Which I'm okay with, because that means there's a chance for Sakura and Elise to get an Ascended alt. Also, Celica getting one also does mean Azura getting an Ascended alt could be possible. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying that's not something I would want right away. Like, give it a few more years, I'd say. But it's just so interesting that they're kind of just not doing a smart place for Ascended Heroes. They're just doing whatever they want because they know it'll make money. Which, at the end of the day, yes, that's exactly what this game is for. It's just to help them make money so they can, pay their employees, fund more projects, etc., etc. That's what this game is for. But I really wish they chose, like, Saber, May, or Bowie to be the Ascended Hero. Because we also have Atlas, Comwe, and Est who are also on Celica's path. So if they want to stick to that pattern, bring in, like, May in her Priestess class, or Bowie in... what's the class called? I think it's Great Sage? I want to say that's the one, but I can't be too sure. Either way, do something like that, or go with the Saber one, have him be the Dread Fighter. So that was the coolest looking class in the game, let me be honest here. Dread Fighter was just so badass looking. But either way, I'm not too disappointed in this, I'm just a little confused is all. And I guess sticking with the secondary priority, and the fact that I've already gotten 2 of him, we got Comwe as well. And he comes with a new upfront blade, which is just the spring weapons we got on the last banner, or last year's spring banner. Just grants attack speed +5 and neutralizes penalties on units' attack and speed during combat if foe's HP is 75% or greater. Pretty simple. Honestly, not too bad. I'm trying to remember who else. Oh yeah, it's just Dean on Celica's path. Or no, not Dean, Jesse from Celica's path. That still has yet to be made into the game. Oh, and also the old man from that side. What was his name? Noma? I think it was Noma. I need to replay that game. It's been so long. Ooh! Got Est! Awesome! I actually have all the sisters now. Let's go! Fully neutral. I will take it. It's open for like attack or speed boon, but I'll still take this. Speaking of Est, she has the new Tri-Edge Lance, built-in Kanto, which, let's be honest, that was bound to happen. We've been seeing a pattern of those lately. It was destined to happen. It also gives her a +3 to her attack, just flat out, and grants +5 to all stats to units, boosts damage by 20% of foe's res, and gives a 40% damage reduction from foe's first attack if Est initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of allies. I can see a little reference to the triangle attack in there, not gonna lie. It's actually a pretty solid weapon. Also, I find it hilarious that in the Valentia alts for the Pega Sisters, Est is the only one of them to remember, wait, we're lance-locked in Shadows of Valentia. Because remember, Catra and Pala, when they were added to Fae, they were both sword flyers. But in Shadows of Valentia, no, they're lance flyers. They're only lance-locked. I just find that to be a little hilarious. So S comes with the new Flow Feather skill, exclusive for flyers, obviously. And I did my best for this one, but it's part no follow-up and can deal extra damage and reduce damage from the foe as long as she meets the speed check and has more res. Which, not only is that going to be good on Est, obviously, because she has it, but other older flying units like Claire and Sita, both of them have high res, high speed. That's, I think, a really solid B skill for them. If I do get another Est in this, I am absolutely giving my Sita that B skill. I've been looking to improve her kit for a while, and I now have Potter. Probably. Ooh, or colorless. Like I said, not disappointed with Celica, just a little underwhelmed that she's the Ascendant. But I wouldn't mind if she shows up at any point in the circle. Anyway, onto the final unit, and technically the main focus of this banner, Ymir, our new FEH OC that was just revealed in the Tempest Trials, as long as you avoided the data mines. And now she's on a banner. She literally speedran her way into this game, going from Tempest Trials Plus, being on a banner. You'll love to see it. I didn't write down her weapon name. Crud. I have some notes off to the side on my my second computer screen. I forgot to write down the name of her weapon. Admittedly, I did rush this a little bit, so that's on me. Either way, her weapon, which has yet to be named, by me at least, gives her the +3 attacks just flat out. That's gonna pause on that because I just got Hedgeman Husk for the first time. What? Hey, Edelgard. I don't really want more of you because you're so freaking overpowered. Okay. Alright, ignoring that. Anyway, Ymir's weapon, +3 attack stat, and if a rally or move assist like reposition, shove, etc. is used by a unit or allies on Ymir, hello Celica, we'll get to you in a second. Okay. This rises back to back, good lord. Ymir's weapon, move assist, restores 10 HP to allies within 2 spaces of the unit and the target ally, and then neutralizes any penalties on those allies. And then a +5 to all stats, and gives Ymir a guaranteed follow-up attack if her HP is 25% or greater. Okay, there we go, that's the weapon. Now we can talk about Celica. Honestly, I'm okay with this, because she has a Super Bane in attack and HP. At the very least, her speed is untouched, so I will absolutely take a plus defense. That is totally fine. Alright, now what was Ymir's weapon again? Ever-Living Breath. Thank you. So glad this is a feature. Yeah, so that's what Ymir's weapon does. Restores 10 HP to allies if a move assist is granted, neutralizes penalties, and then just gives her more damage during combat. Simple, easy to remember. She's also bringing a new trace skill, AR Near Trace, which... I heard some people say this can be really good on Loosebow, and rightfully so. Like, he is technically a good wall, but I feel like Dragon Wall, which is already in his base kit, is going to be a bit more helpful for him. But if you do want to run some hit-run tactics with him on a cavalry team, go for it. It's still a solid B skill, don't get me wrong. Then finally for Ymir, she has her unique skill, Ever-Living Domain, which essentially gives a +4 defense and res to units and allies that are within 2 spaces of Ymir, and Miracle. There's a bit of a requirement for Miracle, but it's a miracle. That's a very interesting C skill. It can definitely be helpful at times, but yeah, I don't know how to finish that one. It's certainly a unique B skill, and it really fits her character from what I've seen. But I'm not sure if it's that beneficial, especially since most days people run like Gale Force, or some units can take 2 actions in 1 turn. Or they can just, or worse yet, they can literally proc the Miracle, have your ally survive on 1 HP, but they still have 4 of their own units waiting in the wings that are very close, and they can just one-hit your unit, and then they're just done. So, even though it's a really good passive, I still don't think Miracle is all that's cracked up to be. But it's still pretty solid, I won't lie. Ah, no greens. Dang. Anyway, let's move on to the Q&A for the video. And just a little reminder, if you ever want to ask questions for a future video, just leave them in the comments down below. I'll put them on a Word doc and answer them in the next one, depending on how many there are at times. But all three of these come from Chris England, and I'll answer the last one you gave me from the previous video first. For the Legend of Zelda crossover banner that I theorized, I just checked and only Link and Zelda have English VAs. Who would voice them and would have any lines or be like Kid Sora? Well, first off, thank you for the serious questions. Once again, Chris, you're always on top of this. And I mean, if Link and Zelda do have voice actors, absolutely, it would be their original VAs. As long as, nothing happened, like nothing bad happened in the news about them, it would totally still be their original ones. But for Link, I can definitely imagine for his voice actor, it would just be like Kid Soren. Just like the, that, hey. That was a horrible attempt to imitate Link. I am very sorry. But that's essentially what they would do for Link if he was ever in Fang. Just like all his attack yells, nothing else. And I love it. Next, he asks, out of the 10 elites from 3 houses, who would you want first to be added? Thanks for the 12 Crusaders, as who would be next? I won't lie, I don't have all those characters memorized, so it's probably whoever comes first. I will say if they go for like a... what's that Crusader's name? Rudd? The guy that people say Reinhardt looks like, or he's like the second coming of Thrud. I feel like they could definitely add him in here. Or... who else? And considering how popular Arbus and Sigurd are, they could definitely go for their bloodlines. I don't have those memorized, so I'm sorry I can't answer this one fully. As for the 10 elites from 3 houses, well, I can't say they won't be added because the GHB for this banner is Brigand Boss, and he's completely unnamed, so it's not unguaranteed that they won't be added in here. That is a horrible way to say that. I am sorry. How can I word this? It's possible for the 10 elites to get in here. I just don't know if they're that popular enough to be added. I'm sure they totally could, but it just depends on how they would want to go about that. As for the 12 Crusaders, definitely Thrud and Sigurd and Arbus's, like Crusader Bloodline, the original ones, I totally think they should do them next. It's because of how popular those characters are. Sorry about that. Hopefully my mic didn't pick up that loud noise. Right, as we were sparking, I'll answer the last one quickly because it's an easy one. As Colorless doesn't have a one-range weapon, what would you say to having gauntlets come in as that slot? Unfortunately, I think they missed the opportunity to add gauntlets into this game. And it's all because of Balthus. Remember, he is the quote-unquote king of grappling. That's what gauntlets are. But he's a green axe. they missed an opportunity there, and I don't think they're ever going to take that chance again. I honestly think we're not going to see gauntlets in this game, but I could be wrong. And just like that, we got Ymir. Awesome, thank you for Spark. Also, quickly, I love this new feature that they've added. You can just change the background. I'll actually give that to her. It looks nice. I like that they're adding some more customization to this game. You can just change the background for the characters. Actually awesome. But either way, that is going to do... Why am I always so bad at these outros? Oh man. But either way, that is going to do it for today's summoning session. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did summon on this banner, if it, did pique your interest for some of these characters, let me know who you got down below in the comment section. I always love seeing your results. And if you haven't summoned yet, I wish you all the luck on this banner or any future banners you're skipping this one for. But with that, I'm Theron, and I'll see you next time. So until then, farewell, and game on.